Hello and welcome to the seventh tutorial of the SolidWorks learning course. So guys, today we'll be learning about the types and the usage of rectangles. So as a dummy, I'll use the front plane. I'll click on the sketch, and if I click on the rectangle, you will see that we have five options to create a rectangle, and one of them, the last one, shows us the three node method to make the parallelogram, which makes the parallelogram and also the rectangle itself. Also we'll see towards the end of this tutorial that all of these fives kind of rectangles usage and their stuff. So the first one is the corner rectangle. The corner rectangle is the most common, and based on my experience, I have used mostly the corner rectangle, the first one, or right up here. Basically the idea is that it gives us the two nodes on the diagonal side, so it's kind of like an easier way to create a rectangle. So for example, if I click up here, I know that one of the node or one of the corner of my rectangle would be on this side. So if I click on here, then I have to move up accordingly on the diagonal side, or either this way or this way. And if I click here at the diagonal this side, so these two nodes, this the first one and the diagonal the second one, this creates my rectangle. So basically this one is the most common, as used in the similar kind of sketches, or the easier kind of sketches, you can say. But if we have a complex kind of sketch or some difficult kind of sketch, so mostly these three were used: center rectangle, 3-point corner rectangle, and 3-point center rectangle. So I will use each one of them one by one. The center rectangle, so the center rectangle shows us that the center of the rectangle would be the first node, and the second node on one of the diagonal on the right side, the upper one. So that's how it creates our rectangle. Now the third one is the 3-point corner rectangle. It's basically, we have to click at the first, then the second point of the rectangle. For example, if I click up here, and then I have to move up or either down to make up my rectangle. It shows me the preview of the rectangle which is going to be made. So if I click up here, then my rectangle is already been made. Now the fourth option is the 3-point center rectangle. It's called center because it has the first node at the center, the first node, and if I goes up here, the second node, and this is how it's been made for the third. The second one goes to the center of it, and the third one towards either upper or either down. It creates my rectangle. Now guys, please remember, the corner rectangle is always easier and always good and accessible to use. Whenever you clicks on it, it gives you the direct access for this corner rectangle. So that's why try to use the corner rectangle as much as you can. And these three will be used in the upcoming or in the professional tutorials, where we have the complex kind of sketches all together. They will be using this center rectangles, 3-point corner rectangles, and 3-point center rectangles. Now the last one is parallelogram. So this one, you see, as shown in this picture, it has three nodes, 1, 2, and 3. So if I click up here at the origin, the first node, I move towards right, the second node, and then if I go up, it gives me the third node. But on this one, the benefit is that if I move either this way, it makes the parallelogram, or if I move this way, it also makes the parallelogram. That means that the difference between the above four and this one is that the above four are default to 90-degree angle always. Whenever you go the second point, you jump up or you jump down, it makes a 90-degree. But this one is not the same, since it's been specified as the kind of parallelogram for the rectangles. So if I move this way, I have to make a parallelogram with an angle of 63.55 degrees. So I click up here, and then it's created. I can change the angle of this parallelogram by clicking this and this. So the one I created, as you saw, is 63.58. It's giving me the same angle which I created. So if I want, for example, my parallelogram to be of about 80 degree. So if I click on it, it gives me the 80-degree parallelogram. So that's all for the arc and for the rectangles. That's all for today. Thank you so much.